The moon hung low in the sky, casting an eerie glow over the desolate stretch of road as John navigated his way home. He had spent the evening catching up with old friends at a diner on the outskirts of town, and now the only company he had was the hum of his car's engine and the occasional rustle of leaves in the wind. The clock on the dashboard read 2:47 a.m., and fatigue had begun to set in. As John's tired eyes scanned the road ahead, a strange light flickered on the horizon. He blinked, rubbing his eyes to clear his vision. The light was unlike anything he had ever seen before, pulsating in vibrant hues of blue and green. Mesmerized and slightly alarmed, John slowed his car to a crawl as he approached the source of the light. The glow grew brighter, enveloping the road in an otherworldly aura. John's heart raced as his mind scrambled to make sense of what he was witnessing. Was it some sort of electrical storm? A malfunctioning experimental aircraft? His thoughts were cut short when a sudden jolt rocked his car, causing him to grip the steering wheel in panic. A deafening hum reverberated through the air, drowning out the sound of his racing heartbeat. The light intensified, blinding him momentarily. When his vision cleared, John's car was no longer on the road. It hovered several feet above the ground, caught in an invisible grip that defied all laws of physics. John's breath caught in his throat as he looked out the window, his eyes widening in terror. Before him stood a group of beings that were unmistakably not of this world. Their skin glowed a pale, translucent blue, and their elongated limbs moved with an unsettling grace. Their eyes, large and unblinking, fixated on John with an intensity that sent shivers down his spine. The aliens approached the car, their movements synchronized as if choreographed. John fumbled for his phone, desperate to call for help, but the device emitted only static. The car's interior was bathed in an eerie, pulsating light, and John could feel a strange pressure in his head, as if his thoughts were being examined and dissected. In a voice that seemed to echo inside his mind, one of the beings communicated with John. "Fear not, human, we mean you no harm." Despite the reassurance, John's fear only deepened. The aliens' words felt invasive, their intentions unclear. As minutes stretched into what felt like hours, John's sense of time began to blur. He was subjected to a series of vivid and disjointed images. Memories, dreams, and fears flickered through his mind like a surreal slideshow. It was as if the aliens were probing his very essence, unraveling his thoughts and emotions. Just as suddenly as it began, the pressure in John's head subsided and the car gently descended back to the ground. The beings stepped away, their glow fading as they retreated into the darkness. John's car sputtered to life, and he found himself back on the deserted road, the bizarre encounter leaving him in a state of shock. As the first light of dawn began to break, John drove the rest of the way home in a daze. He stumbled through the front door, his mind reeling from the experience. He knew that no one would believe his story. After all, who would believe in aliens and abductions? From that night on, John was plagued by vivid dreams and lingering feelings of unease. He couldn't shake the sensation that his encounter with the otherworldly beings had left an indelible mark on him. The memory of those piercing eyes and the probing presence haunted him, a constant reminder that the universe was far more mysterious and unsettling than he had ever imagined.